Welcome to the Game Sense Football Podcast. My name is Ewan. With me, as usual, is Nas.
Hello.
In today's episode, we are rounding up the winter transfer window. A lot more activity than expected, don't you think, Nas?
Yeah, January transfer window has always been a bit hit and miss. Some say it's like a curse sort of thing. Very few good transfers have come out of January, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yes, usually it's for the desperate, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay, if you're not subscribed, then why not? Do subscribe. We are both on YouTube and Spotify, so you can subscribe to both, I guess, just to save yourself the trouble. Just do both.
Both. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And also remember to check us out on Instagram at GameSenseFootball. So, Nas, any interesting observation this week in the football world?
Yes. So actually, past weekend, I watched a bit of La Liga, and there
Oh,
were two
okay.
games which interested me. But I'll talk about one now, and it's Real Betis versus Athletic Bilbao. And
Oh, okay.
I I always have an interest in Bilbao because of the whole every player must be best philosophy. But
Basque.
yeah, so like when I
Yes.
play FM, I love to use Bilbao just for the challenge, you know. It's always a disaster, but anyway, I was watching the highlights, and it's not that I was watching it for Bilbao, but do you know who was man of the match in that game?
Anthony,
Anthony
surprise
was
of
man
the
of the match.
season.
Yeah, uh, a bit weird that he got man of the match. He sort of created the first goal and had one more through ball. Um, Very strange. He had 40 touches, and of the 40 touches, he created two chances and lost the ball 14 times and only won one out of seven duels. And he got man of the match.
Yes, yes, yes. I did see that, and it was very, very, yeah, it was quite funny.
Yeah. Funny is a generous way of saying it.
Yep. All right. So now, okay, let's dive
Hmm.
into our transfer window roundup.
Mm-hmm.
I think we do have a few special cases to talk about, but
Hmm.
before that, I think let's just rattle off some of the
Hmm.
transfer activity that happened on deadline day.
Yep.
As of the day of recording today, deadline day was yesterday, or
Hmm.
was it today? Yesterday, today,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. By the way.
So Evan Ferguson
Hmm.
left Brighton to West Ham. So Evan Ferguson, very famously, is like a wonder kid
Yep.
until last season when he got injured,
Hmm.
and he's been like terrible since.
Yes.
Yes.
But he's gone to West Ham now, and West Ham is managed by Graham Potter, who was his manager when he broke through at Brighton.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, correct. I forgot that Potter was manager of West Ham.
Yeah. So
Yes. So,
hopefully that works out. I've always quite liked him,
yep,
but
yep.
for a long time people said United should buy him, but then like you said, second season he was kind of useless.
I think it's just because of his surname, to be honest. Ferguson.
Mm.
Yep. So he's on loan to West Ham right now.
Mm.
Marco Asensio left
Mm.
PSG for Aston Villa on loan as well. Marco
Hmm.
Asensio, former Real Madrid right winger,
Yes.
sometimes right back.
I always got sort of confused between him and Isco. Both were at Real at the
Uh,
same time, and yeah, I mean Isco at Real Betis now. He scored that goal that Anthony sort of created.
yeah. Yes, yes. Uh, Nico Gonzalez,
Hmm.
50 million pound signing from Porto to Man City. 50 million
Yes.
pounds. I didn't even know who this guy was before the transfer window.
Yeah. 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 I don't know a lot about him. I don't even know what position he plays.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to talk more about him next time.
Mm.
Hopefully because he flops. Anyway. Okay, so next on the list, on deadline day, Mathis Tel.
Yeah.
Very young up-and-coming striker from Bayern Munich to Spurs on loan as
Spurs.
well. He was supposed to be joining United on loan.
Mm.
At least that's what the rumors were saying, right? But I think
Mm.
United said no to a £5 million loan fee plus covering his wages
Yes.
as well. So I think that was the right decision from United not to spend even more money.
Quite a good player though. But yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty good player. Quite a wonder kid kind of guy, but
Mm.
we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't do well at Spurs as well.
Yes.
Yep. So okay, next two names are two kind of forgotten names from Chelsea. Ben Chilwell and Axel Disasi, both
Mm.
leaving Chelsea. Ben Chilwell going to Crystal Palace on loan. Axel Disasi joining Aston Villa on loan. Aston Villa making quite a number of signings on
Very
loan.
busy, Aston Villa.
Speaking about Aston Villa,
Mm,
right?
mm.
Marcus Rashford as well joined Aston Villa on loan.
Yes, from Man United. That
Yes.
transfer saga has been going on for quite a long time, and we've spoken about it here, right? Like people said Barca or PSG, a bit of it was AC Milan, and then there was a league with Dortmund, Juventus, and all, and then Aston Villa. Um,
I think the problem with all these big clubs is that they couldn't afford his wages.
yeah, it's a strange one, but also sort of predictable in the sense for a long time, Marcus Rashford has sort of been he's not been a big fan favorite at United. You know, like when is the last time he's had universal approval? The Ten Hag's first season,
Mm.
right, when he scored 30 goals. But
Yep.
you know, even that 30 goal season, he didn't score 30 goals in the league. It's 17 goals in the league, which
Mm.
not shit, but for someone who's like earning as much as Mo Salah, that's not acceptable. His entire career, after his first debut season under Louis van Gaal, right, his goals in all comps, not just the league, right, is 11, 13, 13, 22, 21, 5, 38. That's not very good.
Mm.
Like, if you
No.
look at Son, who came to the Premier League in the same year as Marcus Rashford, he has had four 20 goal seasons and no season less than 14 goals.
No
Yeah,
season less than 14. Wow, that's actually
yeah.
quite impressive.
In the last 365 days, Marcus Rashford, compared to other attacking midfielders and wingers in Europe, he is not even the top. He is in the bottom 20% for shots and assists, and the lowest 10% for tackles. So if he
Yeah.
doesn't create, he doesn't score, he doesn't tackle, what's the point? I have always been of the opinion that he's not as good a player as many people have hoped. And in fact, his good seasons are the outliers. That's the anomaly. And he's had much more bad seasons, much more bad performances than good ones.
Yep. Agreed.
So him at Villa, who knows? Like I said, Villa have been very busy, uh, and they kind of need bodies, but whether he's going to be a success is a different story. I did see one more thing about Marcus Rashford, very
Mhm.
quite funny. In the Premier League since his debut, he only has one more goal than Christian Benteke, and he has actually less than Callum Wilson, who started in the Premier League the same season as Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think in the same breath, I
Yeah.
guess, right? No one's trying to say that Callum Wilson's world class. People are trying to make a case for Marcus Rashford being world
Yeah.
class, but I don't think that really hits the mark at all.
Yeah. So Rashford to Villa, I think it suits United for sure, getting his wages off the books. Probably they're not getting as big a transfer fee as they hope. It's a loan, but Villa has an option to buy. We'll see if they ever exercise it.
Yes, so that's Marcus Rashford to
Mm.
Villa. Let us know in the comments whether you think he will be a success at
Mm.
Villa, or will he even get to play at Villa?
He might because they've sold somebody else.
John Duran, is that how you
Mm.
pronounce his name?
Duran,
John
yeah.
Duran,
Duran,
Colombian guy.
Duran.
Yes. So I didn't actually initially want to talk about this guy, but I was reading up on the transfer details and it is ludicrous, right?
Yes.
So he's only 21 years old and he has like what played for a season
Mm.
in Aston Villa.
Mm.
So if you recall, he's the one who scored that wonder 25 yard wonder goal against Bayern Munich when
Yes, he
Villa
lobs.
beat them in
Mm.
the Champions League.
Mm.
Yep. So he's the guy who scored that goal. So super high profile at that period of time. Although in the grand scheme of things, not really a high profile guy until now because
Until now.
he has made 60 to 70 million pound switch to the Saudi league Al Nassr, which is
Yes.
Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo's club, right?
Mm.
Uh, he's 21 years old and he's already gone to the Saudi league, which is a step backwards, but not according to him, because
Mm.
he quoted that I don't think it's a backward step for me. I'm moving to a competitive league, and there are many stars here. I mean, he's not wrong about there are many stars there, but I
He's not
guess
wrong, yeah.
they're all a bit passé, right? But
Yeah, I
still,
mean, it's so strange because
mm,
he's been very good this season, most of the
yeah,
times off the bench, but to the point where a lot of people have been clamoring for him to start over Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa, and
mm.
then now he's gone to Saudi. I mean, I guess good for him, but and I guess this is the deal that has funded all of Villa's other business.
This definitely funded all of Villa's other businesses.
Yeah.
That's right. And his contract, he will earn 16.7 million pounds per year,
Oof.
which is basically like in a year, it's
Oof.
like 31 pounds per minute, basically.
Oh,
Yep. Yep. He has earned like 62 pounds in the time that we've been talking about him already. And for a 21-year-old to be making this sort of move,
mm,
I don't think he values his career that much
yeah,
over what he can earn, which I don't blame him.
yeah.
These guys get a very short amount of time to earn as much as they can.
Mm.
So, and him being from Colombia, he has humble roots. I think to him, he knows where his priorities lie.
Yeah, I wonder if it's some marketing thing about in South America for them.
I'm sure, but they can do a little better, I guess, than John
James
Duran.
James
I don't know.
Rodriguez is also Colombian.
James, yes, James Rodriguez at least, is not having a very good time at club level, although his international performances are
Yeah,
much better.
and James has experience playing in the Middle East.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Yeah,
Qatar, right?
Qatar, yes.
This is one of the strangest transfers I've ever seen.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah. So next name we have on the list, Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker, quite surprisingly requested to be transferred in January.
Mm,
Um, I
from
think
Man
he
City.
was, yeah, from Man City. This was a time where Man City was actually doing quite badly, right?
Mm,
And his performances kind of reflected the kind of performances that Man City as a team were putting out as well.
mhm.
But do you think he should have ditched City at this time?
I know what you mean by the question.
Mm,
In like, but he's one of the captains. He's been there all the while. Maybe they could use his leadership and all. He was
yeah,
playing a lot. No, it's not as if he wasn't playing, right? So I just
yeah.
wonder if there's something else behind the scenes because suppose he wanted to leave earlier as well, right? That's a couple of years ago.
Walker is 34 years old though.
He is,
But you know, AC Milan have a transfer policy of getting people over 30.
yes, the Milan lab.
Yes,
They've done it with like Beckham, with Zlatan, with Giroud, with so many other players here.
correct. So I guess he fits in with that sort of culture,
Mm,
old
yeah.
man culture. I think he really wants a bit of a change of environment. Um, and he's actually, achieved quite a bit for City. He's won like what, six Premier League titles, two FA Cups, and a Champions League.
Yes.
So, he's been there the last decade of City's ascendancy. Very key player.
Yes, for sure.
Do you think City will do worse without him or better without him? You think?
I think City's slump isn't because of Kyle Walker. Like you
Hmm.
said, his poor form has coincided with City's slump, but he's not the only player who's played badly, right? And
Yep.
the vibe I get is that Guardiola doesn't really want to use Kyle Walker anyway. It's just that he didn't really have that many options because
Hmm.
it was like a couple of seasons ago where Guardiola said Kyle Walker didn't have the tactical intelligence to play inverted and everything, right? So
Hmm.
I think Guardiola's first choice centre back, defensive back four are four centre backs now anyway. So if everyone's fit, Walker doesn't play, even though he's one of the captains.
Yeah. Perhaps it's really a kind of a convenient situation for all of
Mm.
them, I
Yeah,
think.
in a way, everybody wins.
Yeah, in a way.
Okay, we have one more January
One
transfer that
more.
we want to highlight, and we talked about a ludicrous Saudi transfer. We talked about a winger that kept on pissing off fans. And
Yeah.
we talked about a 30-something-year-old player who's moved to a smaller league to resurrect his career. If you put that all together, you get Neymar,
and it's this guy.
yeah,
You get
Neymar
Neymar.
going from the Saudi league, Al Hilal, to Santos. Neymar is taking a 99% pay cut to go to play for Santos after his,
99% pay cut.
yeah. I
And
mean,
what does that add up to?
admittedly, he was paid like 2 million a week at Saudi. Okay. So his 99% pay cut, he's still getting a lot of money.
So he's getting like what, 100,000, less than
Yeah.
that lah, a week.
Yeah.
Less than that, but still.
Still, but on top of the 99% pay cut or in parallel, he's still getting 85% of his salary of his old salary for the rest of the season. So he's still getting 2 million plus a week from Al Hilal.
From Al Hilal.
Yeah.
So basically Al Hilal is paying him to leave.
Yes. To save 15% of his salary.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Al Hilal is paying Neymar 2 million plus a week to leave Saudi go back to Brazil, go home to Brazil to play for Santos. Yeah.
Neymar is gonna get like, be a winner of the week or something.
Yeah. So like he went from PSG to Al Hilal in August 2023. And then he tore his ACL in October that year. If you take wages into account, the 2 million plus a week, from then till now, Al Hilal has spent over 320 million for him to play 7 games. This has to go down as one of the worst transfers ever. Probably maybe this could be a future episode. Is Neymar the most wasted talent ever?
You want to talk about like some other transfers that happened
Okay, go
first?
on. Yeah, sure, let's do
Yeah.
that.
Yes. So, some notable transfers that
Mm.
happened apart from what we mentioned earlier. Patrick Dorgu from
Mm.
Lecce to Man United,
Mm-hmm.
25 million
Mm-hmm.
plus add-ons.
Mm.
Sounds okay, I guess.
Sounds okay.
Yeah.
Very, very attacking left wing back. Um,
Or right, or right,
yeah, left or
depending
right.
on
He's
on
played a
yeah.
lot of positions.
Yes.
A lot of people are quoting how he's had X number of goal involvements last season, but apparently they all came from not from left back. So we'll see how it goes.
They all came from the right wing, if I'm
Yeah,
not wrong.
yeah.
So that's interesting to know. I'm not sure how he's gonna be best used at United.
Mm.
Yeah. Then of course there is Kavica Kvaratskhelia
Maradona.
from Napoli, Cavaradona from Napoli to PSG.
Mm-hmm.
Just mentioned PSG. Instrumental to the Napoli Serie A winning team
Mm-hmm.
2 seasons ago, I
Mm.
believe. He was also Serie A's most valuable player that season. So quite high profile. Georgian guy, did quite well for his nation as well at the Euros last year.
Mm.
And who else do we have? If you're still interested in this guy, John Joe Shelby,
Oh,
he
John Joe Shelby. What?
he
He's still
he
playing
went from Eyüpspor, I guess it's a Turkish club,
Turkish club. Yeah.
to Burnley for free.
Ah, Burnley. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Oh,
another former Liverpool player, Loris
Burnley.
Karius. Yeah,
Oh
Burnley,
no.
yeah.
Burnley signed Marcus Edwards on deadline day.
Marcus Edwards.
If you don't know
It rings a bell.
you know why it rings a bell? Because Marcus Edwards is amazing on FM and on FIFA. And he's English player who plays
Ah.
in Portugal. I don't
Yeah,
know if
one
he's
of one of those.
yeah, one of those. Yeah.
Loris Karius, another former Liverpool player.
Hmm?
No club, but he just joined Schalke.
Schalke. Okay.
Yes, yes. I think I'll just mention one more. Daniel Malen
Mm.
from Borussia Dortmund to again
Yep.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. The John
Aston
Duran
Villa.
money.
Yes. So Daniel Malen's kind of like a wonder kid-ish kind of guy from Holland.
Hmm?
Went to Borussia Dortmund, didn't really do very well there.
Hmm?
So now he's trying to resurrect his career. I think this Unai Emery is like kind of a career resurrector or something. He's trying to resurrect like Marlon's career at the same time, Marcus Rashford as well,
Yep.
Asensio as well.
Daniel
Let's
Malen
see how he does.
Malen was in one of our quizzes a while back
Yeah,
because the clue was that he had time in the Arsenal academy.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. But yep, so Marlon to Aston Villa. And of course, we've mentioned Anthony as well,
Mm.
from Man United to Real Betis on loan, and
Hmm.
then getting man of the match in his first game.
First game. Right.
First game.
Okay.
Right, surprise of the season.
Okay. So
Hmm.
Anthony and Neymar could have been our winners of the week, but I don't have them, and I think you have somebody else as well.
I don't have them. I don't
Okay.
have them. My winner of the week
Hmm.
is David Moyes.
Oh, okay.
The space of the last 3 weeks after taking over Everton,
Hmm.
he's already chalked up as many wins as Sean Dyche,
Oof.
Sean
Yeah.
Dyche, whatever, as many as Sean Dyche did in the entire um, earlier part of the season, first
Mm.
19 fixtures, basically.
Yep.
So that's 3 wins in the last 3 weeks for David Moyes. So he's my winner of the week. My loser,
Hmm?
Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're a striker, and yet you lose your place to Kobe Menu.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's says a lot about how much the manager values you in the team, to be
Yep.
honest.
Yep.
And
Yep.
unfortunately,
Yep.
yep.
I think their time at United is very, very numbered. No.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned this to me earlier in the week.
Mm.
Rasmus Højlund probably, he'll end up leaving and do super well somewhere else, kind of like Diego Forlan.
Yeah, yeah. I see him as the next Diego Forlan.
I hope he does well, to be honest, but it doesn't look likely.
Yep.
Who are your winners and losers?
Okay. My winner of the week is
Hmm.
this Argentinian keeper called Augusto Batalla. Okay.
Okay,
He
Batala.
he plays for Rayo Vallecano. So
Hmm.
on I think last Friday, I think they played against Leganes, and Rayo are up 1-0. The game is kind of boring,
Mhm.
and it's the last minute, and Leganes player goes down in the box. Play goes on for like another how many minutes? VAR calls the play back all the way to like to the incident a few minutes back.
Yep.
Penalty. Okay,
Mhm.
Batala saves it.
Okay.
Rebound goes in, but then VAR intervenes again, says there was
Again.
encroachment. Second penalty, this fella saves it again,
Again.
saves it
Again.
again,
Wow.
and then the rebound doesn't go in. So he saves two penalties in the span of, well, there's a lot because of the VAR, but two penalties back to back, and they Rayo win the game. Then I think they've won 8 games in a row or something like this. You know?
Whew.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's like the lesser known Madrid club.
yeah, yeah. And my loser of the week is the entirety of Sports Interactive.
Sports Interactive.
Sports
Wow.
Interactive,
That's like the guys behind Championship Manager.
and FM now.
Or FM. Yeah,
Yeah,
both.
yeah. So FM 25 uh,
Hmm.
is supposed to be released in March, and if you've played FM, you know that it's typically released in September or October. So this is already a 6 month delay. And
Yep.
this past weekend, they were supposed to release like gameplay and a lot of details about FM 25,
Hmm.
and the deadline came and went, and nothing was released, and there
Hmm.
hasn't even been any communication from the studio at all.
Huh.
So fans are pissed off. They've been hyping up the fact that FM 25 is going to be in the new engine with women's football and so many things. It's probably a it's probably a big mess now.
It's probably a big mess. I mean, you can tell by the fact that they've actually pushed the launch to March. And we've mentioned this in an earlier episode, I think.
Yep, yep,
Like, why even bother with March?
yep.
Like just don't do FM 25, jump straight to 26.
Correct.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah. When the season's ending, you launch your football game for the season.
Yeah, exactly. So they're my loser of the week. I'll be keeping a close eye on how this develops.
Yes. We will update as soon as we know. Right. So hopefully you like that episode. Let us know who you think will succeed from this transfer window. Will Marcus Rashford resurrect his career?
Mhm.
You know, or the whole slew of Aston Villa signings really like propel them higher up into the table or to even go far in the Champions League. Who knows?
Who
Let
knows?
us know. Leave a comment, whether on YouTube or Spotify. There's the comment box right there.
Hmm.
Do remember to subscribe and also follow us on Instagram at GameSenseFootball. So till next time, see ya.
See you guys.